the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour. Right. So you've seen the library, obviously. Walter's quite proud of the collection, but Mateo has made more than a few contributions. Gardens are out the doors there, if you need a moment of quiet contemplation. Emphasis on the quiet part, at least usually. Let's head upstairs. Sebastian Banks, Constellation's founder, had this place built decades ago. It was a big to-do at the time, but most people in the city have forgotten we're here. So this is the bar. Usually no tender, so help yourself, within reason, of course. Now let's see about that room. You're in luck. We were almost at max occupancy already, but still one room up for grabs. It's been nice having the place so full. Okay, this'll be you. Common room on one side, so that'll be quiet, and Mateo on the other side, so maybe a little less quiet. I'm sure Sarah has something planned for each of us, so I'd better get back to it. Don't want to keep her waiting too long. Enjoy!
Well, I suppose that station in orbit has more than paid for itself at this point.
This is all exciting, but there's really a lot of pressure on us, isn't there? We have to get this right. Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'm Mateo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us. Second one was on Kazal, buried, the same as the one you found. But the first one, right under our noses for years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight. Can you imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust? I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence. Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but you know, if the label fits. It has to be, right? All of this is connected. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We just need more data. Well, there was some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history. I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation. So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation. After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation. I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and... Did it feel... That sure lines up with everything. We're gonna get to the bottom. Take care of yourself.
I've occasionally had my doubts about Constellation as an investment. But now, well, I suppose calling you a rock breaker may have been a bit out of line.
Talked to Vladimir recently? Face to face, I mean. Huh.
Guess it's been a while.
Still doesn't excuse it. My frustrations lie more with Barrett. Not the first time his shenanigans have Not fair of me to take it out on you, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time. So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man. Welcome aboard. By the way, in addition to a place to stay, the Lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing. You can even fashion industrial pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is. I'm a fan of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need. We're most well known for ship manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund. Unfortunately, our success means you'll sometimes see Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covet them. The bastards. I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards, and those old salts are stuck in the glory days. Up until very recently, I'd likely have dismissed it as... But now... I don't suppose you have a history of this. I'm no scientist. I leave that to the likes of Barrett and young Noel there. But I think we can all agree there's something unusual going on here. Frankly, this is the most exciting thing that's happened in years. Me? Why, I'm the wallet. Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in business doesn't mean much if I can't. I don't pretend to have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo. But, and as you've now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big. Funny thing about companies, you build one. Stroud Eklund functions quite well on it. For years, I was captivated by the... I finally decided to do something more than admire. Bye. Hello there, Pascal.
Greetings, Walter Stroud. How may I assist you?
No, I don't need anything. Just, checking in. Seeing how
At present, all systems are functioning well within established parameters.
Right. Well then, keep up the good work.
Affirmative.
As much as I love uncovering new questions, I wouldn't mind a few answers now and then.
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you. Captain, now that you are a member of Constellation, I am at also, given the likelihood that you will be out in unsettled... The exploration of an unknown planet can be it is even possible to... The blueprints you need to construct an... Captain Ian, I will proceed to my assignment.
Can I help? So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else? We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard. A volunteer force that helps defend the... They're always looking for recruits. Lots of retired veterans, and my contact is in the recruiting office, so he hears a lot. Felt the same way when I started too. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry. We'll need to head to Mast, check in with the Vanguard, and listen. Whatever you were before, or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation... Good.
Captain Ian, it is pleasant to see you.
Yes, ma'am, of course. I honestly can't imagine.
Dawn's Roost has the best food in the settled systems.
The Will's been having brownouts all the time. Mast finally sent someone down there, but nothing's changed.
Oh.
Hey.
I have a feeling today's going to be a great day. Don't you agree?
What? Well, I'll be. Honey, we got ourselves a visitor. I'll get the coffee brewing.
Oh, my God. Oh, you about gave me a heart attack.
Not that we're not thrilled to see you, son, but I thought you were under contract with Argos Extractors. Is everything all right? Come again? Constellation? Is this one of those candid camera vids? A joke?
My child is a member of Constellation. I just knew you were special. Didn't I always say that? That you were meant for great things? Great things. Well, I know what I've read about in the news. Years ago, there was a stretch where Constellation was in fashion. People would gossip about them all the time. I must say it's been a while since I've heard anything about them, though. Glad to know they're still around. Hey, if I don't get to sing your praises as much as I like, no one can. Oh, but you didn't give me any notice. If I'd known I'd have your and your room is just a mess.
Easy, honey. Why don't you settle in? You know you're... The money you sent home, well, it means a lot to both of us.
I'm planning a grocery run later. I get some things you like. Sandra contacted me again. They still... want you to consult, don't they?
They are not used to anyone saying no.
Do you regret it?
Not one bit. When I go to sleep, I got a clean conscience. Working for them, it would be hard to look myself in the mirror. You are still all right with that? The signing bonus alone.
I love you all the more for it.
Just so you know, your mother's missed you. Like a lot. I still can't believe it. How is it for... Don't you worry yourself about that. Your number's finally been... I've got some news of my own. Taught my final class last Thursday. It's too bad you weren't here then. I gave it my good old college try. Enough about that. Stay. Planning a proper, honest-to-goodness vacation. I've been promising your mom. Your mother's been sending me links all day, but... You know, it's supposed to be us take... I'd like to say well, I appreciate it. Retirement's treating me well, but there... Don't say anything to your mom about this, but she got some work done at Enhance. She keeps looking younger every day, I tell her. Not that I mind. Stay as long as you like.
Regina, the president of...
Oh, I know all of...
I still can't get over you being... So, with you being in Constel... I knew it. I won't press...
Interesting. Something you want to discuss later, perhaps?
I know you didn't live in this apartment long, but I want... Your bed is always yours, but you can stay here now. No bother at all. Anything you want to talk... Well, one of your old class... Their father was bragging. Now that we're both retired, you mean? Dance lessons, vacation, but he's just happy. It's nice to have to... Talking with you has made my day. I'm being serious.
We need to talk to John
Where's the
Tuala
tissue paper?
in Mast.
You don't know where that is?
Sure, go ahead.
I knew where it was. Top shelf of the pantry.
My
But
parents
it's not
considered
there
themselves to be. By the time I was old enough to start it's not that I don't want. Having been
How do
out
you
there,
expect me to know where
I'm
anything
sorry
is
if that
you keep
disappoints you.
moving them all the time?
You mean apart from being the... Well, let's see. And as far as... Exploration is my entire... That being said, I will make... Before I graduated from school, I was... We called ourselves Ironic Comet. A ridiculous name. And before you ask, no, I wasn't the lead singer. The band never really went anywhere, of course. Certainly. Bye for now. Oh, hey, what's up?
Always wondered what the inside of the lodge looks like.
Each of you swear to protect and defend the citizens of the United Colonies to the best of your abilities, and to uphold the values of the Vanguard, honor, loyalty, self-reliance in all your actions as members of the United Colonies Navy?
I do.
Then I'm proud to welcome you to the Vanguard. Now, you all have your assignments. Get out there and show them what the UC's made of. Supra et Ultra. You look like you know how to handle yourself, know how to fly. Vanguard might well have a place for you.
Sarah, good to see you. Who's your friend?
Hopefully Constellation's newest member. Thought I'd run through some legwork together.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship? All right. Can't blame me for trying, right? I mean, I still haven't given up on getting Sarah to re-enlist.
It's a game we play. He asks, I say no.
Here's what I got for you two. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moera. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system? Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me. Oh, he goes way back. Think he was recruit number 81 or something. You kidding? Lowest posting request rate in the whole fleet. Only thing there the UC cares about is Mars. And no one wants to go to Mars. They want to get off Mars. What? Nah.
That means it's not going to be fine.
I'm sure you two can handle it. Sol system is a lot of planets, but a vet like Moera will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols. You'll have to ask him, but Vanguard volunteers have retrieval rights if they get it. Wouldn't be surprised if he found it off of a pirate or something like that. Anything for Sarah. UC always takes care of its own. Even the prodigal children.
Oh, brother.
I'm serious about that recruitment offer, by the way. You just come talk to me when...
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic. Not at all. So long.
Sergeant Yumi's looking for reliable people to help the Guard. Contact him if you're interested. We'd all appreciate it.
One day, I'm gonna leave New Atlantis for good.
Don't look at me. I haven't got a clue.
I've flown across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft, and yet I still get sick on the nut. Oh, I've always liked that statue. It's beautiful, isn't it? I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
Keep your nose clean.
Contrary to what you might have heard, UC security
by
personnel
Vectera,
are
by
good people.
Vectera!
And
I
Sergeant
can't
Yui
believe
just
it.
happens to be an old friend.
Is it you? Is it really, really you? Captain of the frontier, bane of the fleet, constellation's shining star of stars. Oh, you are definitely the brightest, biggest. I have an eye for these things. Not that you're hard to see with that halo on your head. Although at first, I wasn't sure if it was just the glare. But now that I know it's you, what are the odds? And to think, I almost went for coffee instead. But I changed my routine for one day, and here you are. It's almost like it was meant to be. Oh, yes. Normally I start my... But after being inspired by your story, I thought to myself, what would the great and powerful hero of Vectera do? And so instead, I went for a jog. I ran and I ran and I ran, picturing you in the distance. Imagine my surprise to find you were actually real. I know, right? And you can... Although, if I'm being honest, I'd wager you could beat just about anything, even theoretical concepts. But why would you, in this case? Either way, it's such an honor to meet you. Hey, do you mind if I follow you around? Do you need a sidekick? What am I saying? You're a hero, of course you do. Good point. I'll start working on it right away. Until then, maybe I can be a sidekick in training. If not, you won't be...
Sidonia is an industrial town. The people there tend to be... fine by me. Goodbye.
Cool spacesuit. You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep...
Hi.
A diplomatic visa? You got to be kidding me. Envoys haven't needed diplomatic visas since the colony war.
The law's the law, sir. And that one's still on the books. New Atlantis Security Charter 2308 Addendum, Article 2, Section 8.
Ludicrous. You made all that up. There is no such addendum.
How can I be of service, Captain? You may. It is impossible to, if you are asking for a... Based on my understanding of Barrett, I find you to be a more measured and logical captain. My likelihood of expiration due to corporeal destruction has been significantly reduced since coming aboard your ship. You should consider this a success. You may ask me and Constellation has seen to it that I possess a near encyclopedic knowledge of... I am looking at one. I hope that was a... Logically, I believe the correct answer to be the airplane, followed shortly by... Illogically speaking, I am inclined to believe that books were your greatest invention. I have spent a good deal of time processing works of science fiction. They make good case studies in how your species could have made a mess of its entry into the stars. in different ways than you did in reality. I have been programmed to comprehend all my body. This is a difficult question. However, I find that the music of ancient Japan has a pleasantly mathematical sound. I have dedicated I will await your next order here.
What? Can't you see I'm... Did you not hear? They won't let me enter the city. Me, a political envoy who comes here constantly trying to help prevent another war. And this is the thanks I get? They won't let me enter without a diplomatic visa? Ridiculous. Oh, really? Look, if you have time, could you please go to the... Thank you. I'll wait here until the embassy sends the cavalry. Not like I have much choice.
Is there a problem?
Less caffeine.
Wish that bartender at the viewport would stop complaining to security. I don't know what she lost, but she won't get it back by annoying us.
Kind of busy right now.
If this shit doesn't end soon.
누구예요?
Wow, you look completely different.
It's me.
I mean, you look great, but
How can I help you be the best
I don't even recognize you. Zoe, you are one in
I feel underdressed. Just passing through.
Yeah, I don't know why they set up shop here. They'd be better off.
Can you imagine how many credits flow through this place? Figuratively, of course.
The guard.
Hard to believe it's been 2 decades since we were at war with the Collective.
Welcome to the Free Star
And it
Embassy.
seems like
Is there
only
something I can help you with? Typical UC security. They try to bully us every chance they get and still manage to... I'll get this squared away with the folks down at the spaceport.
Exactly. It's like...
When someone insults you, you want to...
I may not always have the perfect advice for people, but were you seeking worldly wisdom? Are you sure about that? I could be wrong, of course. You might give something, and if you'd like. Understandable. The thing, as I said, I'm sure there's a copy somewhere. My job If you do read it.
Oh, hi there. I'm Marcus Lestari. Maybe I can entice. Actually, we've had a few. I'm wondering, would you like to go? No problem.
That's a call someone's power kept going out. Know what it was?
Part of the most advanced technology corporation in the settled systems. Are you working toward that next technological leap? Then let Ryujin